her. Everybody else got back at 11:40. She like to sit home. She's like the Bellagio fountains, never on time. Right. Now remember, guys, because we went through this quickly. If you're going to be on the strip later tonight, the volcanoes go off at 8 o'clock. The Bellagio fountains usually go off at about 8:10, 8:07, 8:10. Later, not at the same time. It's just the way the Bellagio fountains are. That never will be on time. So it's like a beautiful woman, like a diva. She shows up when she shows up. She does her thing, and she's beautiful, and we appreciate it, and that's it. We just deal with what we got to deal with. That's the way it is. All right, now we're going. Where is she? Okay, here she comes. Are you guys ready? Where is she from? Is she from England? Savannah, Georgia? Okay, you're running late, Savannah. Here she is. Everybody, what are we going to say to the lady that's running late? What do we say? I know. It's fine. We're on the plane. That was her idea to boo, by the way. All right, guys. For the next couple of minutes, here's what's up. We'll talk about Planet Hollywood. We're going to hopefully have maybe a possibility of a Bellagio testing of the waters. So just be aware of that. That happens usually within the 11 to 12 o'clock hour. And we'll take pictures to our left and to our right. But let's just focus on our buddy Planet Hollywood. Planet Hollywood on the right, guys, coming up. Planet Hollywood is your home of this weekend of Jennifer Lopez. So J-Lo's back in town, which is great. One of the best shows in Vegas by far. She'll be here for 2 weeks. And also, besides J-Lo, you got Britney Spears, who's finishing up her shows this year, and then she'll go away, which will be nice for a couple of months, maybe a year. And then also, no offense to Britney, but J-Lo's show kicks her butt. I've seen both. Okay. Also, Mr. 305, Mr. Kicking It Live, Mr. Worldwide. Pitbull also is home. It's home at Pitbull. For my old school folks like myself, Lionel Richie also is here. Guys, what I want you to always think about when you come out to Vegas, whoever your favorite recording artist is, more than likely, there's a lot of them that have residencies here. So they might be here. And you also can plan your trip around that too, because the shows they do won't be the same as they do in your hometown. You know what I mean? Like if like a show goes to Savannah, a big recording artist, right? Say they play Savannah. I'm not sure why, but they play Savannah. But if they did play Savannah, then what they would do is have 20,000 people. Here, most of the venues are 3,000 seaters. And then what they do for the city of Vegas is they will play one big show, say at T-Mobile or Mandalay Bay or MGM Grand for 20,000 people. So you can really get not intimate, but really see your favorite singer up close and personal. Now, Planet Hollywood also, guys, to me is your #1 overall casino. Here's why. Because like I said, you got big acts such as J-Lo. You also have a theater area that has a lot of awesome shows that we have here. You have awesome restaurants in here that are expensive, and you have regular restaurants too that are really cost effective. Gordon Ramsay's Burgers in there. Just a lot of cool things here in the Planet Hollywood. Paris on your right side, the Eiffel Tower going on right now. Your Eiffel Tower, 466 feet tall. Very, very nice, guys. If you want to go to the observation top, it's $19.99 a day. Now, the Bellagio to your left, guys, is pretty much a must-go-to no matter what. The Botanical Gardens on the outside, and of course, guys, the fountains, the world-famous fountains. On the inside, if you get to stay at the Bellagio, very awesome rooms and very nice attire in there. Food's a little bit overpriced, and I got food poisoning twice there, so I cannot recommend the restaurants over in the Bellagio. Other than that, it's an awesome place. Okay. Valleys on your right side. Valleys, guys. All these stores here are very, very cool one-off shops. You also have it headlined by Wahlburgers from Donnie and Margie, the TV show, which they're here very often actually inside the restaurant with the rest of the family. So you got that there. Giordano's Pizza. in general, Bally's under a lot of construction going on right now. So it's rebuilding itself. It had a lot of great years and a great show called Jubilee. And then forever, the biggest show they have right now is Wayne Newton, who performs every night on Wednesday through Sundays at 7:30. But you're also going to see Wayne Newton at the Wax Museum portraying himself. Okay, so know that. He's had 6 space shots. Guys, I've seen him live and I've seen him at the Wax Museum. It's really weird. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Great show. We got to meet him up close in person. I took my mom. She was all in. She loved it. And then we went to the Wax Museum the next day. We saw him at the Wax Museum as a wax figure. And it was just like, this is weird. Very weird. All right. Bally's is your stop, guys. We pay attention for Paris and for Planet Hollywood. Next stop, High Roller, Link Stop, Blue Line. So if you wanted to hop to downtown, next stop will be your stop. This one, guys, is strictly for our buddy Bally's, Paris, and Bellagio if you want to walk to the Bellagio, and over to Planet Hollywood. So those are your 3 main ones, 4 main ones here. I think everybody's got it. Then coming up, my friends, right after we do a drop-off here and pick up, I'm going to give you the history of Las Vegas. So get your notepads ready because we're taking notes and doing a test before the end of the bus ride. Here we go. Is anybody leaving us here? All right, so here we go. You guys are staying. Okay. That's the one I would do. Okay. I think the best price is without having to go all the way out to the outlet, stop, be there for a while, and be back. Where's your hotel around there, or where's your hotel? Yes, it's Marvin. Okay. So guys, here we go. Welcome aboard to everybody. Quick history lesson of Las Vegas, and I'll throw in some sidebars. Alright. Now, if you do not like to drink, smoke, gamble, do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you started Las Vegas. You were the anti-vegan. You were a Mormon. Is anybody on top of the bus or below? Is anybody a Mormon? There's nothing wrong with being a Mormon. You're actually very rich if you were in Vegas. Okay. They started Las Vegas, guys. They founded Las Vegas. The anti-vegan found Vegas. That's where it started off crazy. Now, currently, guys, you might think you're in Las Vegas, but if you've been on your social media, you will know that you're in either Winchester or Paradise or Enterprise, Las Vegas. That is what Las Vegas is, this part of Las Vegas. This was known, starting in the 1950s, as Las Vegas City Corporation. So you're in a corporation, you're not in an actual city. It's a business. It's really, it is what it is. Now, the Mormons didn't do much except hang out in the downtown area for the first 50 years. Then one of the crazy Mormons, John Fremont, built a hotel called the Hotel Nevada. That's at 1 Fremont Street. You guys will see it later. It's known as the Golden Gate Lane. Downstairs, you had illegal drinking and gambling. Upstairs, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay, does everybody know what I'm talking about? Very good. Now, for the next couple of years after that, guys, 1930, Hoover Dam was being built. Has anybody been to the Hoover Dam yet? Boring. Very boring. But it is what it is. Okay, 31, gambling, legalized here in Vegas. Mr. Fremont is really starting to get that downtown area going. Alright? Then, somebody was observing Las Vegas from the Midwest. It was the people of Cleveland. It was the people of Detroit. It was the people of Kansas City. and Chicago. These were all mafia. They saw an opening in a city called Las Vegas. They came out here. They went to see all came out here at the same time. They sort of roughed the Mormons up, and John Fremont, who would later run for senator here. But they roughed him up a little bit, and they took over the El Cortez. All right. After that, guys, the next couple of years, they just were doing their thing at the Cortez, and then a couple of years later, Mr. Bugsy Siegel decided to move it uptown to that Flamingo. That Flamingo he built was 108 rooms. That was it. It was in a sand trap. There is no way to get to it unless you walk through the sand to get to it. There's no pavement, no anything. Downtown, you're going to learn the original name of Las Vegas Boulevard is 5th Street, because that's how the streets go down there by number. Now, after the Mafia did that, the Mafia pretty much ruled from about 1945 to about 1966. That's when Lyndon B. Johnson, the President of the United States, said enough of it. He sent the FBI out here. It was the Mafia during that time, though, they were in charge. They were really close to the Rat Pack. They're really close to a lot of stuff. But there's no tourism in this city. Everybody was coming in from the West Coast because everybody was afraid of the Mafia. People in the world, around the United States, knew about the Mafia. Now, after 1966, guys, it all went to change, right? And the Mafia would still be involved with Vegas from the 66 to the 70s, to the 80s, to the 90s. But pretty much they were dying to breathe. If you're currently in the Mafia, right, you probably end up on a big red bus on a microphone. Whatever. My last name's Siegel, by the way, guys. Hi, how are you? Don't mess with me. Okay, so here we go, guys. No, so the Mafia basically, guys, was out by about the early 1990s. Then, during the 60s, guys, we're going to go back. The Mormons, they're back. But they were very smart this time. They aligned themselves with people that had ties to the Mafia, so they all went together towards that 68. Jay Sarno built a place called Caesar's Palace. Caesar's Palace opened in 68, had a really nice opening, but nobody was, people was still afraid to really tour here in Las Vegas. It didn't have the mega places. And then at that time, which was really nuts, guys, a gentleman named Bob Arum, a gentleman named Don King, and a boxer named Muhammad Ali said, let's have some prize fights here at Caesar's Palace. That's what brought tourism back to Vegas. And that happened because it was on closed circuit TV, which for modern day everybody, that's cable TV. So, that's how they tried to expose the brand new Vegas. At the same time, there's a guy named Steve Wynn, who was helping rebuild the Golden Nugget downtown into a mega resort, which you've never heard of before. Steve Wynn did a great job. So what happened after that, guys, is Steve Wynn talked to the Mormons. The Mormons gave him the land. There was the Mirage, Treasure Island, and the Bellagio. When that happened, guys, Steve Wynn built those three. They became the number 1, 2, and 3 casinos in Las Vegas. So, there's other people that were building casinos. The MGM bought land from the Mormons. Guess what? It failed. They hired Steve Wynn as a consultant. Steve Wynn consulted the MGM, made the MGM the number 1 casino. And this is where it gets interesting. The MGM then bought out Steve Wynn for $4 billion in the late 1990s. Okay, so what happened is this, my friends. The MGM would now be the owners of 60% of the Las Vegas Strip. Caesar's Palace, Caesar's Entertainment, 30% of the Las Vegas Strip, and then everything else, including Steve Wynn's Wynn and Encore, the Palazzo and Venetian, which is Sheldon Adelson, the Tropicana, which is Mr. I don't know who owns the Tropicana. The TI Treasure Island is owned by a guy named David Ripken. That is the consistency and independence of Las Vegas. Okay, so there's your lay down of the laws of Las Vegas. So if you don't know, now you know. Alright guys, here's some stuff you need to know. We are coming up to our next stop. Our next stop is for these hotels, and then we'll talk about the red and blue line. This is for the Hera, Link, Flamingo, Cromwell. If you want to go to Link Promenade and have an In-N-Out burger, it would be nice if you bring one back from Big Bus Bruce. He'd be really happy. Alright, also if you want to go to Manitou So's here at the Venetian, this is your stop. Here is also the switcheroonie. If you want to go to the blue line, this will be your stop. If you want to stay and go back on the strip, the red line, this will be your stop to stay on the bus. If you want it downstairs, if you want to come upstairs, let everybody off first, and then I'm going to try to get you guys up here if you want to do the strip, or if you want to do the blue line down here. Guys, we appreciate you being on Big Bus, and the gratuity is appreciated by me and our buddy upstairs. Thank you guys very, very much.
Have a good day. Going downtown.